a tattoo? This question may seem obvious to some people. However, there are many misunderstandings in regards to tattoos and the people who have them. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines the word tattoo as an indelible marker figure fixed upon the body by insertion of pigment under the skin or by production of scars. For a long time, people have understood that tattoos are permanent markings on your body, but not many people know its roots. The word tattoo comes from the Polynesian word tatua, which means to write. Captain James Cook, an English explorer, noted the markings the Polynesian people had on their bodies and brought the word back to England. The two images here are examples of traditional Polynesian tattoos. In their culture, tattoos were used to establish societal rankings and were ways they differentiated themselves from other tribes. Dwayne Johnson, a well-known actor, is of Polynesian descent, and on his arm he has a traditional tattoo. He recently played a Polynesian god Maui in the Disney movie Moana, and his character is covered in Polynesian tattoo. Although many people have tattoos, there's still a lot of prejudice and judgments in regards to people with tattoos in the workplace. For some reason, people associate tattoos with delinquency and rebellion, and many employers stray away from people with tattoos. This is crazy considering tattoos don't compromise one's ability to work or perform any given task. The sad part about judging people's abilities to work is that phenomenal employees are often overlooked. If someone goes to medical school, graduates with A's, yet has two full sleeves, which are tattoos covering the arm from the shoulders to the wrist, they are often seen as less trustworthy or knowledgeable, even if the opposite is true. For some reason, people with tattoos are looked at differently, whether it's professionally or socially. Recently, I went to an exhibit called Tattoo New York that was hosted by the New York Historical Society, and there they discussed lots of issues with tattoos. One being the negative association of women with tattoos. Lots of people question women with tattoos and often associate certain tattoos and their placement with promiscuity. My third tattoo is a sequence of 4 dolphins varying in size along my waistline. I love the placement of this tattoo because I can easily cover it. But when I first got the tattoo, I received a lot of negative comments that suggested I was slutty for having a hip tattoo or even that dolphins were a cliche. However, the people who know me were not surprised by this at all. Many people struggle with acknowledging the importance of people's tattoos and how even if they may not see the symbolic importance, the person with the tattoo does. My father got a Celtic cross on the outside of his bicep when he was 30 years old because it was the year that he embraced Christianity and quit drinking. To him, it was a milestone that ended his alcoholism and ignited his faith. Milestones are not the only reason for getting tattoos. Often people get tattoos in honor of someone else. This tattoo is a picture of my cousin's forearm of a rose with the name Ruth. Ruth was her mother's name, my aunt, and she passed away from a heroin overdose when my cousin was 12. Of course, she got the tattoo when she was much older, but it's a constant reminder of her mother and her favorite flower. Another extremely common tattoo are tattoos with the names of people's children. Mostly everyone agrees that tattoos of your children's names are understandable. Parents make a lot of choices and sacrifices for the sake of their children. Many people see their children as their number one reason for getting up in the morning. Therefore, these tattoos are very symbolic. The first tattoo was an illustration of 3 symbols, a cross, a heart, and an anchor. These symbols together meant faith, love, and charity. These were 3 very important values that my parents raised me to believe. My parents are both religious and taught me that having faith, no matter what it is important, as well as loving those around you and giving to those who are less fortunate. When I got my first tattoo, my mom and I were supposed to get matching ones, but while at the tattoo parlor, my mom chickened out and decided not to get it. But the following year, she changed her mind and got a tattoo similar to mine in value, but slightly different in appearance. She also values faith, life, and love. Some people also have tattoos to remind themselves of things they never want to forget. This picture is a white tattoo, which is a tattoo done in white ink that looks more like a scar than your traditional black ink tattoo. For all people know, this person could be struggling with self-esteem, and the word courage is their personal reminder to persevere through anything that might challenge them. This woman got an elaborate tattoo over where her right breast used to be after she lost it to breast cancer. People have their own journeys, and no one has the right to judge their ink because they don't know what it means to them. It's so easy for people to judge tattoos from the outside, but if most people knew the story behind them, they probably wouldn't judge people at all. Just like the woman who got a tattoo over her right breast after she got a mastectomy, this man lost his arm to a shark attack and decided to turn the remainder of his arm into a shark. Being an amputee has many challenges, and every day he's reminded of this accident and can even see the ways that this experience has made him the person he is. A huge concern that people have with tattoos is the way they'll look when you're old. People always say you'll look stupid with saggy pictures and words all over your body, but this meme recognizes that beauty and youth are temporary, and most 60-year-olds are not at their peak of beauty. What difference would tattoos make? Old people need reminders of their youth and the journey they've embarked just as much as everyone else. If you'd like any indication of how old people look with tattoos, take a look at this couple. If you ask me, they both look pretty badass. These people are not in their prime, and the obsession that people have with tattoos looking bad when you're old is wrong. Not only does this couple probably have experiences that I wish I could understand, but their tattoos tell a story that they'll never be able to forget. People will always have their own opinions, and that is something we all have to accept. Tattoos are often personal, and judging people so harshly limits their personal self expression. I have tattoos, and although I respect the opinions people have, I will not regret them or stop getting them. People always want you to be a certain way, but all that matters is the way that you want to be. As I've said before, tattoos are personal and may mean a variety of things depending on the person and their reasoning. We are often told that with age comes wisdom, but this wisdom comes with experience. Life is one big experience, and tattoos are ways people log these experiences. Our lives are our stories, and our tattoos are the illustrations. Yes, some tattoos may look better than others, and not all tattoos are extremely significant to an individual. But nonetheless, my tattoos are about my life, my love, my faith, my freedom, my family, my experiences. They are my story. Why would I ever regret them? Why should I regret them? Why would I stop doing something that makes me feel like me?